Hey, what's up everybody? Look, welcome back. So this is a different kind of video for me. I'm venturing into some new stuff. I'm about to do a video on some budget gear to help you get started in your new YouTube journey.
Let's do it.
So for those of you who have been watching my channel and other people's channels thinking, man, I could do that, or maybe I want to do that. The truth of the matter is it doesn't take a lot to get started. I got a bunch of gear on the table I'm gonna showcase. I'm gonna try to be as brief as possible, because I've already done reviews on a lot of this stuff. So I'll be brief on the products, but I just want to show you that it doesn't take a ton of money. It does take some money, but it doesn't take a ton of money to get started in YouTube. So hopefully I can give you some new ideas and give you some encouragement to get started. And this right here is actually the beginning of a new series I'm going to do about being a YouTuber. So even though I got a bunch of gear sitting on the table, I got some mics, I got some headphones and some tripods and stuff. The most important thing with YouTube videos, aside from having a camera, is the lighting. If you can't see your subject or whatever it is, then the video is just going to be garbage. I mean, all these elements have to come together, but the most important thing outside of the camera, in my opinion, is definitely the lighting. So I want to show you a new ring light that I have that's pretty awesome, and I think it's at a budget price for what you're getting here. So let's go take a look at it. Okay, so first thing up on the list is my ring light here. Oh, by the way, every product I talk about in this video is gonna be in the description box, so you can check all the current pricing there. I'll tell you what I paid for it or whatever, but the current pricing will definitely be down in the links. I think it costs about $104 on Amazon. So far, it is really awesome. So it looks like a typical ring light. Some are just built with better quality. They all pretty much look the same. Some are just built with better quality. This one right here, I like this one because of the build quality. The last one I had, it was kind of flimsy. Like I'm pushing on it right here like this, but that's because I'm putting force on it. But the other one, it wouldn't even sit up straight sometimes. You had to really crank down on all of the knobs here to get it to sit in one spot. This one is actually really sturdy. You get a lot of value here. It comes with the diffuser already attached. Yeah, I've never even bothered to take it off, but it comes with it already attached. You don't need to change it out if you want to change the color hue of your light, because it's already built into the LEDs here. So leave this attached when you get it, but it does come with this tripod, which gets up pretty high. I don't even feel the need to raise it up that high, but we'll go ahead and test it out right now. Let's loosen up these right here, and it gets up really high. So I'm guessing probably about 6 feet or so. I don't want to stretch it out because then I'll start messing up my video shot. So this is what the ring light looks like on the surface. Before I turn it around, let me show you some of the accessories you get with it. First, you get these 2 1/4-inch cold shoe adapters here. You got one that's a fixed position. It's just straight up and down. It slides into the back of here just like that. And then you can mount your camera or your phone on top of here. And I'll get to that phone part in just a minute. Or you have a ball head mount right here. This is a cold shoe ball head mount, and you can mount it the same way, but now you have different positions in which you can adjust the ball head to. So I've never seen them come with more than one. It usually just comes with a ball head. This one actually comes with a fixed position 1/4-inch adapter. That way, if you're just doing YouTube videos on like beauty and stuff like that, or you're just facing the camera, no action shots or nothing like that, it's cool that you don't even have to invest money on a separate tripod to use this thing because it's already built into the system. That's a win right there. That's actually saving you a minimum of about $40 to $60 on a budget tripod. So that's cool that it comes with 2 of these, depending on what your needs are. It also comes with this cell phone mount. Now I have a Galaxy Note 8 and it fits nice and snug in there just fine. And it also swivels actually it swivels 360 degrees. So you can fit your phone in there via landscape or in portrait mode, whichever kind of mode you're shooting in. Now, if you want to be a YouTuber, let me tell you right now, if you're shooting YouTube videos and you're shooting in portrait, you need to pack up your little bags and stop shooting, because portrait is stupid. Don't do that. Anyways, it comes with this, and that's a huge win, because once you, let me take this fixed mount right here. Once you screw this fixed cold shoe adapter on here, let me just screw it in loosely, and then I will put it right in the top of here. So now once you've got it fixed to the light, it's actually there and you can see yourself in the camera while it's recording you. So that's cool that that's all built in just like that. I'll go ahead and leave that right there as I talk about the next accessory. I'm not sure what I would use this Velcro strap for, but I'm sure it'll come in handy for something else. But it also comes with a carrying bag. So if you're going out on location or something, or you just need to store your stuff in a nice, neat place, it comes with a carrying bag. And that's a lot of value for something like this, because this could easily get broken if somebody tripped over it or if you had to leave it out. Most people doing YouTube videos don't have a dedicated studio or spot where they can just leave all their gear up. So to be able to just fold this thing up real easy, put it in the bag is a huge bonus. Let me put that over there. Now let's turn this bad boy around because that's where it gets interesting. So as I turn it around, what you'll see here is an LED screen. So let me just go ahead and turn it on with the on switch. And right here, you have this nice bluish LED screen and it's got different hues. Can you see that back there? Okay, so let me just turn it around real quick. Oh my God, that's so bright. So look at the brightness in this thing. Where is it at? It's at 100% right now. Yeah, it's at 100% at 5800 Kelvin. Now it does get higher than 5800 Kelvin, which is basically broad daylight, like on a sunny day. But it also has a little switch back here where you tap the center button and then you can adjust the warmth of the color. So you can bring it down to like 3800. Yeah, okay, 3000 Kelvin. So you see how warm that light is? It's super bright right now, and then you just kind of turn it down that way. Hold on, I'm going blind here. Hold on. Okay, let me turn it down. So I got the yellowy warm light going right now. So let's just turn it back to daylight. So I'll hit this button back here. Let me show you. So I hit this button back here and the Kelvins start blinking, and then you can bring it all the way back up to 5800. Now I did say it goes up past 5800, but that's when you got to make a separate purchase for the remote. The remote can get it a little bit higher. This one's really cool because if you needed to buy more than one and you needed all the lights to be on the same setting, you can actually group them together. It has a group button right here and it has a channel button right here. So you can group them into either channel 1, 2, or 3, or group A, B, C, D, or E, and stuff like that. And they would all work in sync together. That's pretty cool on a light like this, especially at this price range. Now this is not battery powered, so it's not necessarily portable. You do see my DC power plug right here, which it does come with, so that's a huge bonus. Now this remote is a totally separate purchase. I can't remember how much it costs. Link is in the description, but it's a super handy tool. As you see, it has a little built-in lanyard right here, just in case you need to walk around with it. But you can control this thing wirelessly from afar, and that's a huge bonus. I never even thought of the idea of just controlling the lights wirelessly. I was just so used to doing it like Stone Age style, just going up to it, hitting the button, getting it right. But sometimes when you sit down and shoot your video, the lighting just ain't right. So what you do is is it connected? Yeah, it's already connected. So right now from here, I don't know if you can see that. Let me turn it around. That is so cool. So from here, it's got a dial on it and you can just dial it up or dial it down. And like I said, it does go above 5800 Kelvin. So right now I'm going to take it up to 8000 Kelvin. Good Lord, that is bright. Let me bring it back down to 5800. Ooh, man, that is so bright. Now let me bring down the brightness to 1%. Oh my God, the things I do for you guys, my eyes, I can see circles. Anyways, so you got a power button right here, but the power button here is for the remote only. You got a channel button. So like I said, when it has a channel and a group button. So like I said, if you're grouping these together in like a group of 2, 3, or 4, all the lights can be controlled by this, and that prevents you from having to go around to each and every light and set all the settings. It's automatically synced up on this remote. And of course you got your quick brightness button right there. Is that cool or what? Man, this remote right here, this is a game changer. For a budget ring light like this build quality, and then you purchase the remote separately. So you basically for about $130, you got this lighting setup, which is a killer YouTube lighting setup. But that's all I got for lighting. If you're just getting started out, about 135 bucks and you got both of these and you're good to go. Now the next most important piece of equipment outside of the camera itself and outside of the lighting is the audio. So let's bring in some audio toys right here. We're gonna start off with the Tahoe from Cyber Acoustics. This is a USB mic and it has 2 modes. You got this cardioid pattern and then you got like a 360-degree pickup pattern. So that way, if you keep this button pressed in right there, you can actually talk from one side. It picks up really good audio, man. This thing is awesome. And if you leave the button depressed out, then you get a 360-degree pattern. That way you can have people talking around you and it just kind of picks it up. But on this side, on the bottom, you got this USB input. This is micro USB, so it's like everybody has one of those. You plug it into your computer and it's ready to go. Easy to set up. Actually, the computer sets it up for you. Then you got your then you got your headphone input. That way you can monitor your sound on the fly by using this headphone volume right here, or your mic gain. This has an onboard mic gain, which is super awesome to have on your microphone. That way, if you're monitoring, you can just adjust it on the fly. Very, very good quality build. It comes with this stand and the cable to hook it up to your computer. It also comes with this foam helmet right here. I'm calling it a helmet because it looks like a helmet, but it's just a foam cover. But this thing right here is just to keep some of the wind out and some of the plosives from as you're talking and saying P's and T's and stuff like that. But you can use it naked if you want, or you can put the little helmet on. Whatever you want to do is your choice. But let's put this one down because I've already reviewed all of these mics. So check the links in the description if you want to see something thorough about these mics. Now, the next two mics, let's do this one. So if you're using your phone to record video and your phone is not recording good audio, which nowadays phones actually do record pretty good audio, so you may or may not need this. But if you do need an extra external microphone, this is the one to get, man. This is a mic made by a company called Comica. They make good budget products. This is the CVM-VS08 shotgun microphone made for cell phones. So if you look right here, if you got a 3.5 millimeter jack in your mobile phone, you just plug it in through that jack right there, and then you just kind of push this support up to the back. That way, you can just have your phone up like this and it's picking up really good, clean audio. It comes with everything you need to get started. You do not need to attach a wire to this. This is actually so you can listen to the audio after you've recorded. You cannot monitor on the fly audio. It's after you record it. You can plug in your headphones to this since you've already taken it up with the jack, and you can listen to your audio. But it does come with a dead cat too, and that's a huge plus because a lot of times when people are vlogging, they're out in the wind and outdoors, so it's always nice to have a dead cat. Now, this one right here is the Comica, because I like Comica mics because they're budget friendly and they sound good. This is the Comica CVM-VM102. Okay, it does come with its own little shock mount. Now you got to take these shock mounts with a grain of salt. Don't be doing too much handling as you're recording audio because they do still pick up a lot of vibration sound. They're not as good as those Rycotes that you get with the Rode mics. So beware of that. It's not going to reduce all the vibration sound, but it does do a fairly decent job. It comes with the little helmet right here, but you can see it's a standard shotgun mic. Very quality build, and it sounds fantastic. It also comes with its own dead cat, which is a lot larger. So it definitely will block out the wind should you need it to if you're outdoors. What you can do here is it gives you two plugs. So they give you one that's made specifically. You see these two rings right here. You see there's a ring, a black ring, and a gold slip, and a black ring. That's made for a camera or a voice recorder. So if you want to plug it into something like that, go for it. But if you're using your mobile phone, they actually supply you with another one. This goes into the microphone side right there. And this gray one, it actually says for smartphone, and it has 3 rings right here. So you got 3, a ring, a slip, a ring, and a slip. And now you can use it on your mobile phone if you got some kind of mobile phone vlogging rig that you've concocted, which I might do a setup for that on a later video. But as far as audio goes, that is the 3 microphones I'm going to suggest to you to get started because they're very budget friendly, but they have a lot of high quality built into them. There's a lot of value here. Now, let me move this to the side because if you're going to be recording audio, at some point you need to hear that audio. Now, I know on this channel I've done a lot of headphones, man, and I've done very, very few wired headphones. If you're going to be recording audio, the best way to monitor that audio is with a wired headphone. You got to do wired because of course there's no latency, but I feel like you're just getting the purest of sound that way when you go wired. So that's usually the only reason I'm using wired headphones, even though these sound good with music. These are some of my favorite headphones, man. I really don't use these much because right here, I actually have the brown and silver ones, which are actually my real favorite. But I use those to edit all my videos with. And I love the sound that comes out of there because it's very balanced and clean. It doesn't seem bass heavy. It just seems like a natural sound. And I like these because if you've got a setup to where you need this 6mm plug, it actually has that on one side. And this cable is actually supplied with the headphones. So you get a 3.5 and a 6mm all in the same cord. So it doesn't matter which side you use, you're always going to be able to use these with whatever setup you have. Really like these headphones. I like them because they're so comfortable. So if you got a long video editing session going, these things are gonna be super comfortable. Your ears are not gonna heat up and just, be fatigued by wearing these things. Ultra light headphones. Can't say enough about them. So these are super budget friendly and they pack some really good quality, man. There's a lot of value in these headphones. So if you're just getting started with your YouTube channel or any kind of DJ setup where you need some headphones, I say this is the first place you stop because this is a huge win at this price. Now, if you're going to be shooting videos with a mirrorless camera or a DSLR, I actually use 2 mirrorless cameras. The one you're looking at me right now is an A6300. It's kind of on the expensive side, so I don't recommend you go out and just buy this thing, right off the bat. Now there's a 6400 and a 6500, but but still, the A6300 is not a cheap camera. Now, if you're looking at this camera right here, this one is actually an A5100. It's the one with the flip up screen. I really like that camera for vlogging. I think you can get them maybe open box at Best Buy or something like that for like $200 or $300. You always look for a super cheap deal on this camera. It's very old, but it's very relevant in 2019. It's a great camera for vlogging because it has that flip up screen. The only problem I have with this camera is it doesn't have an input for a microphone. Why would they do that to me? Like, you make a vlogging camera and you give it crappy microphones and you don't give us an external input to plug in a microphone. That's the only downside to this camera, but it's okay if you're just vlogging, because I've vlogged with it plenty of times. Great camera for that. That one is a nice budget camera. So if you feel like you must go out and buy a camera, I highly recommend the Sony a5100, because you got interchangeable lenses. So if you decide to upgrade your lens at any point, it's ready to go. And it's lightweight, it's small, it's got the flip up screen. The only downside I see to that camera is that it doesn't have a 3.5mm input for a microphone or even a headphone jack. But for a lot of you guys out there, you don't have the money to go buy a nice mirrorless camera or a DSLR, probably don't even know how to operate one. And that's, you know, that'll come later with time. You can do some studying up on that on your own. But right now I'm showing you budget stuff. And the best budget you can have for a camera is the one you probably already got in your pocket. If you bought a mobile phone anywhere past, I don't know, 2015, you got a pretty decent camera built into this phone, man. You got a front facing camera and a rear facing camera that does a pretty good job. Now, I've seen videos shot on mobile phones that look like professional DSLR videos and they were just shot on like an iPhone or a Galaxy phone, man. These things are really awesome. They have great cameras. Whether you have an iPhone or any top tier Android phone, your camera on the phone is going to be perfect. And since we're using a phone right now for our camera, I gotta recommend this square jellyfish clamp right here. Now, I haven't checked Amazon to see if they still sell these things, but these come a dime a dozen, man. Just find one somewhere. They're pretty cheap and they usually come in some little kit or something like that. You just squeeze your phone in there just like that and it's ready to go. In landscape, don't be doing that portrait mess. That's for scrubs. Anyway, so you just clip your phone in there and then you got your 1/4 inch hole right there for your tripod. Now, speaking of tripods, I got a couple of things over here I need to show you. Now, tripods is where I don't skip on price. Like, I've done a lot of budget stuff, you know, as far as my cameras aren't really cheap, but they're not super expensive. My microphones, I usually kind of go budget. But one thing I don't skip on is the tripod, because it's literally holding my camera. So if you spend some good money on your camera, don't put it on some crappy tripod. And it's just, no, because the camera will be wobbling, the tripod's gonna be wobbling, or it might even fall over. And here goes your nice camera or phone on the ground because you skimped out on the tripod. So right now we're gonna start out with my favorite vlogging and on-the-go tripod. This is a Manfrotto tripod. It has a couple of different modes and it has a built-in ball head. I really like it because this mechanism right here, you don't have to worry about, you know, taking one of those adapters that you get with this Joby right here. You don't have to worry about having some type of quick mount plate to go on it. It's already set to go. You just screw it in the bottom of here just like that. And hold on, wait a minute. So now that I got this thing screwed in here, I can just loosen this up. And now, oh, let me tighten it first. So you just tighten it up and now you're in vlog mode. Or if you're shooting a video, you just put this bad boy on a tabletop. And then of course it's got that ball head so you can use it at any angle you want. And you can just shoot your video on the fly like that. What I like about it also is that's as far as it goes down in this mode. It has these buttons right here where you just press the button, it extends the legs so it can be just a little bit taller or a little bit shorter, because you have this little switch right here, which allows the legs to spread even further. Uh-oh, I messed something up. Let's put it right there. There you go. So now the legs spread even further and it gets a little bit lower on the ground. So you can get some nice low shots with this thing, or if you need to bring it up a little higher, it does have rubber feet, so it does stay put for the most part. I really like this thing. So, and even if you need a few extra inches on your vlogging setup, you can actually extend those legs and it's good to go. So let's put that over to the side because that's my favorite. I'm telling you, favorite go-to tripod for vlogging and just shooting videos on the fly. Now, instead of a regular tripod, I'm going to show you one of my favorite video tools of 2019. This is like, I have my favorite purchases of the year, and this right here has been my favorite. I bought this thing to go to CES with. This is a monopod. For those of y'all who don't know what a monopod is, honestly, before selfie sticks became a thing, they were actually called monopods. But this is a monopod with tripod legs. So it's got these little feet on it. So once you open them up, it's got 3 feet, you open them up, and then you got something to stand it on. So not only is it a space-saving device to hold your camera up, it's actually pretty sturdy. Now, the taller you make this thing, I think it gets up to like 6 feet or something like that. Something crazy. You don't need to stand your camera up that tall. But once you get it up super high, yes, it does become top heavy, and it could fall over in a huge gust of wind or if you tip it. But for the most part, this thing has done great. I shoot all my videos by myself, so this is like my little helper right here. It's pretty light and compact, so that way I can just take it with me and it doesn't take up a lot of space. And when you stand it up to get your rig set up, it's not taking up a whole bunch of space like a tripod would as far as spreading those feet out. It's all right here in one slim spot. That way people can just walk and you don't have to worry about bumping nothing. I've used this thing so much out on the go. And truth be told, if I'm not sitting at this desk right here and I'm shooting a video, 100% of the time it's being shot with this as my tripod. I have my camera mounted to this thing and I just post it up where it needs to be and I'm ready to shoot. I don't have to worry about tripods. So I'm not gonna recommend a tripod to you right now. I recommend a monopod. This monopod right here is on the pricey side. I want to say it's about 150, maybe 180 bucks, but I paid that money for it because I love Manfrotto products, and it has this quick lock mechanism right here that I really enjoy using. Everything's just nice and snappy and sturdy. The build quality is crazy. And if you wanted to actually kind of maneuver this thing left to right or swivel or do some kind of pan deal, it actually just kind of pans. All you got to do is just rotate it just like that. It's got a nice smooth pan motion. That way you can get some smooth B-roll with it. But let's say you want to take it a step further. You just pop that button right there, pull that mechanism up, that sleeve, and then you got this nice smooth rotation on this bad boy. And as soon as you're done with that and you need it to stand up straight, you just push that button, lock it down, and it's locked in place again. The only caveat is that this thing does not come with a ball head. It's just a flat surface, so you have to angle your camera via the monopod, and you know, sometimes that can be a little cumbersome. So what I did was I purchased a separate Joby ball head. I like the Joby ball heads because they're not bulky. All the other ones may be better quality, like the Manfrotto and the Vantru and stuff like that. I think it's not Vantru, it's Vintage. I don't know, I can't remember what it is. Vanguard, that's what it is. All the other ones, they can get pretty pricey, but I like this Joby right here. I think this was about 25 bucks. I like the Jobys because they have these quick plates that are super small. They don't take up a lot of space on the bottom of your camera. They are plastic, so I can't say they're high quality, but they're small. I went for small in this regard because I like my setup to be really compact. Put this on the bottom of your camera, and then you basically screw this on the top of your tripod or monopod in this case, and then you have an instant ball head. And this bad boy is pretty smooth, man. Joby did a good job with these ball heads. So if you need some swivel action, get yourself a Joby ball head. Very inexpensive, and I like that plate that they have there. But look, I ain't no expert on this kind of stuff. I've only been doing YouTube videos seriously for about 2.5 years. My lighting has been screwed up before. I've made plenty of trash videos. I put them out there in the universe. The audio was terrible. The lighting was terrible. Sometimes the video wasn't in focus. But over time, you learn these things and you adjust. And what I've adjusted to is finding some nice budget gear that has helped me out over the time, man. So now my lighting's on point. I got my audio working out better, and things are just looking up for the channel. So if you enjoyed this content and it was helpful to you, you make sure you throw those emoji hands up in the comment section, and I'll see y'all at the next one. All right, apparently you had a good time watching this video. Well, today is your lucky day because I done already made a whole bunch of them for you to go back and binge watch. But if you just want to check out the new stuff, you make sure you smash on that subscribe button and tap that little bell. That way you'll know when it's time to come back and open up some new stuff.